How's it going, everyone? Tuka here, back again in the Boston Bruins. Defeat the Arizona Coyotes 6-0, hand them the cup now. This season's over. But really, is it nice for them to get their first home win? Yes, it is. Is it nice for Tuukka Rask to have his first good game of the season and to get a shutout? Yes, it is. But is it the most impressive game in the world? Not exactly. Now, I'm not taking away from the Arizona Coyotes at all. They're a great team. Yes, the Bruins beat them about a week and a half ago in Arizona, but they did just come off a game the night before against Toronto. They won that game, but then you come into this game, you're tired from the night before. You don't have Hansel, you don't have Vermette. Arizona was not at 100%, and the Bruins took advantage, as they should. That's the sign of a good team, a potential cup contending team, or at least even a playoff team, is being able to win the matchups you should, and that's what the Bruins did. And you can slowly see now the Bruins finding their stride. They've won 4 out of their last 5. Had it not been for the overtime loss against Philly, it'd be 5 wins in a row. They've scored 27 goals in their last 5 games, and have only allowed 3 goals or less in those 5 games. Again, they're really starting to find their stride, and they're going to need it. They have a couple games coming up on a Florida road trip against the Panthers and the Tampa Bay Lightning. But in the meantime, let's talk about this game. First period was highlighted by 2 players. First player, David Pastrnak. He had a great first period, drawing a couple penalties, and the Bruins were able to take advantage of that momentum. An end-to-end play, David Krejci, backhand, forehand, and the NHL's leading goal scorer puts the Bruins up 1-0. I've said it in every recap thus far. He has absolutely been the Bruins' best player, and if he can stay healthy, the Bruins will certainly be contending for a playoff spot, and I'd care to bet they will make the playoffs if they can continue this pace. David Krejci has been amazing. Second period, though, Arizona's putting up a fight. They're not going away, and that's what you expect from a young, gritty team like they are. But the Bruins battle back. They hit a couple of posts, and eventually Matt Bolesky kind of dangles into the zone, trying to hold on to the loose puck, throws it on net, and Jimmy Hayes in front buries it. 2-0 Boston. And that's what you want to see out of Jimmy Hayes. He is a monster in front of the net, and that's exactly how he's going to score his goals. Park him in front. People don't like David Clarkson too much, but essentially it's the David Clarkson style, or the Johan Franzen style, the Thomas Holmstrom style. Just park yourself in front of the net, let other players do the work, and chip it home whenever you can. And if he does that, he might get 20 goals this year, especially after that game against Colorado that he had. I wouldn't be all that surprised. And shortly before the end of the period, the Bruins go up 3-0. Joe Morrow gets his first goal of the season, cutting into the zone, and a sweet wrister just beats Mike Smith. Third period starts, and really the Bruins kind of turtle, and this is where you get concerned. Yes, they are up 3-0. I thought it was pretty evident that they were going to still win the game, but eventually, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was Claude Julien telling them to get their ass in gear, but eventually they turned it back on and just shut this game down. And that's what they need to do. Don't ever, again, I mentioned it in another recap, you don't ever take your foot off the gas, especially with what this team has been through and what this franchise has been through, the fan base. You never take your foot off the gas, and thankfully, they put in the proper effort to finish this game and finish the Arizona Coyotes off. Patrice Bergeron, good D on one end, gets it up to Brad Marchand, who feeds Brett Connolly, his 3rd goal in 3 games. A little bit nervous about him playing on the top line. Obviously, people were worried about him, being acquired for a 2nd-round pick from the Tampa Bay Lightning, but so far, he's looked really good. Clear and evident chemistry with Patrice Bergeron and Brad Marchand. And again, 3 goals in 3 games. He's hot right now. Hopefully he can keep it up. John Scott starts to do John Scott things, puts his team down on a power play, and the Bruins power play that has looked amazing thus far. Strikes again, a good bit of passing between Brad Marchand and Colin Miller. Marshy fakes the pass back and buries a wrist shot. 5-0 Boston. I mentioned Colin Miller here. He had a great game. He finally really got to display that rocket, that cannon of a slap shot that he possesses, and really he's looking like another great pickup. People in the Lucic deal were really more concerned about the draft picks, but Colin Miller, again, you'll hear Jack Edwards say it if you watch the Bruins coverage, every time that he had the hardest shot in the AHL, and again, he displayed it here, and he has adapted very well and looks like a very promising pickup. David Krejci would add another goal to make it 6-0, and Tuukka Rask, as I said, gets the shutout, his first win at TD, and the Bruins' first win at TD, 6-0 over the Arizona Coyotes. And again, there's certainly reason for optimism, but they do have a tough road ahead. Again, Friday, Saturday against the Florida Panthers and the Tampa Bay Lightning. And next week, it does not get much easier. To start November, Dallas, Washington, Montreal at Bell Center. Fucking kill me. The New York Islanders in Brooklyn again. But after that, you get a nice home stretch against Colorado, Detroit, San Jose, Minnesota, and Toronto. It's going to be an interesting month of November, but a very telling month. You're playing a lot of good teams, quite a few Eastern Conference teams as well. By the end of November, we'll definitely know where this team stands. And I hope just throughout that time we see consistent play, consistent effort, and of course, more wins than losses. But that'll do it for this video, guys. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought of this game, and of course, what you think of the Bruins season thus far. If you don't root for the Bruins and you found my channel through my NHL 16 tutorial video, first of all, thank you for that. It's been amazing to see the response to that video. But again, stick around on this channel. I do Bruins recaps for every game, NHL and FIFA content as well. If you've enjoyed this video, leave a like down below, subscribe if you feel so inclined, share with your friends, and I will see you all next time when they play the Florida Panthers on Friday.